Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gillis TV back here today with some Pittsburgh Penguins news. I almost said Edmonton Oilers, but some Pittsburgh Penguins news involving a former draft pick of the Edmonton Oilers. We'll get into that in a minute. But if you're new to the channel, like anything hockey related, from news, trades, rumors, in this case, contract terminations, signings, whatever there is in the world of the NHL, I try to do every team. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, as we are currently 68 away from our goal of 1100. Thank you guys for all the support as of late. Now, like I said, contract termination. The Pittsburgh Penguins have placed former Edmonton Oilers fourth overall pick Jesse Puljujarvi on waivers today for a contract termination. Puljujarvi in his final year of his 2-year deal with the Penguins. That was 2 years, $1.6 million, so $800,000 each year. This comes after he played pretty decent, I would say, for the preseason. He was his name was actually all over in Oilerland here where I am. But over the course of the year, he kind of started getting benched. I believe in December, he only played 1 or 2 games. I got sent down a few times. Just couldn't find his game. And a little bit about Jesse is he's had that roller coaster of a career. Just couldn't find. He showed glimpses of what he could do, and then in the end, it would just backtrack. It was a step forward, 2 steps back. That's saying for Jesse Puljujarvi, and his stats show over the course of his career. So when he was drafted, first year he played 28 games. He had 8 points with the Oilers. Following season, 12-goal performance in 65 games, 20 points in those 65 games. Following year, 9 points in 46 games. That was the 18-19 season. Then he stepped it up. 25 points, career high in goals, 15 in 55 games. Then he stepped up even more. 36 points in 65 games, only 14 goals, but 22 assists. And the Oilers decide, hey, we'll give you a 1-year or a 2-year, $3 million contract, so $3 million per year. Then all of a sudden, 14 points in 58 games. He fell off track. They traded him to Carolina for, I think it was the rights to someone who they didn't sign. And ultimately, Carolina said, hey, we don't want you after this season. And he signed in Pittsburgh for 2 years at 1.6 over those 2 years, where he couldn't pick it up, and it sucks. Jesse Puljujarvi, I've met the guy, took a picture with him. Really nice guy. It's just his roller coaster of an NHL career, couldn't find consistency. Like, we're talking, if he remained consistent between 30 and 36 points a year, a team would want him for the 4th line, the 3rd line. But his course of his career, going from 9 points to 4 points and all that, for $800,000, yeah, 36 points for $800,000 would be great. And Pittsburgh saw something in him. He had a really great preseason. I think the first preseason game for the Pittsburgh Penguins, he scored a hattie in, because a bunch of us Oilers fans were just kind of like, hey, is Jesse Puljujarvi actually going to be doing something now? But yeah, that's the news out of Pittsburgh right now, is Jesse Puljujarvi is on waivers for a contract termination. Now, other bigger news, I think, in Pittsburgh land there, is Sidney Crosby is ruled out for the final game for Pittsburgh before the Four Nations tournament there. He's dealing with an upper body injury, as what it looks like, and he is out for their final game. Now, for Team Canada, it is up to Sidney Crosby. The team has came out and said he's earned it over the courses of his career, his time in Pittsburgh. He's earned the opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to still go. I'm going to do this, because ultimately it could be one of Crosby's final times putting on the Canadian uniform. So that is just a little update on Sid the Kid there. And that's pretty much it for me today for anything out of Pittsburgh, unless something else happens. I'll let you guys know. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Gillis TV. Have a good one.